Okay. I'm driving a 2007 Toyota Prius. I think it's a 2 maybe, or a 3, I can't remember. So, I had a weird incident occur. I went out to crank the car up yesterday morning. I hit the power button up here, and nothing came on. Well, I say nothing came on. This screen came on, but nothing came on the dash. I have no indication what gear I'm in. So I immediately went over, tried to increase the light on the display, and there wasn't anything on there. So I thought more or less maybe the switch over here was broke, or either the backlight or something was out. No big deal. I didn't realize how bad of a problem was actually wrong with the car. So there is a unit that goes into the back, in the back of the dash, that controls the screen, and it controls the speedometer and several other items in the display up at the top. But it uses, I can't remember, it's some like body network or something on the car, and it takes the information it gets into that computer and passes it around to the different parts of the car that needs it. So you'll notice one thing that's kind of unusual on a Prius is down here where it says current, I'm not registering any miles gained, which is, not a big deal. The consumption meter is at 149 miles. We'll look at it again in just a minute. So I thought, okay, that's lame. I can deal with it though. But I noticed down here the cruise control, which would be the on switch, no more cruise control. Cruise control is dead. So I started actually worrying about how bad the damage really was. So I got to where I was going, pulled on, thought, I'll restart the car, and to get it restarted and get it running, hit the power button to turn it off, and it wouldn't turn off. So that makes things more complicated because I can't turn the car off. I can't just leave it in park all day. So I really didn't know what to do at that point. So you can look now, we've traveled about a half a mile or so, and still 149, it's not gaining any miles. So, the way to get around the power button is if you hold it in for 3 to 5 seconds, closer to 5 than 3, it'll shut the car down into an emergency mode, which is used during car accidents, things like that. So you can shut the car off. But it doesn't turn, it turns the engine off and everything off, but it still leaves instruments on, and it will leave them on until you take the key out. Regarding the starting of the car, using just the remote, it doesn't work anymore either. I have to put it in the slot. So I went online and started looking to see if I could find what exactly was wrong, and it's a pretty relatively common issue with Priuses. So I know the computer behind the display up there is bad, and it needs to be replaced. But to get to it, the air conditioning vents all the way across, the dash pieces, this comes off. The steering wheel will have some parts taken off of it. And this screen in the middle has to be stripped all the way down. And then this part in the back comes up. And then eventually you can get back after you remove enough pieces to get back there into the very back. So labor is really intensive, in addition to the cost of the part, which I thought maybe by some weird chance I may be able to find it at pull apart, but no, it's programmed for each individual cars. So the estimation on how much it costs to fix that ranges between $300 and $5,000, which is a pretty high number. I think almost all of that is associated with how much labor is required to actually get in to do the work. So I went and looked at Toyota's website and called their support line to see if they could provide any advice, and it turns out there's an extended enhanced warranty associated with that part, and it's for 9 years from the first time the vehicle is driven, or 2013, September 2013, whichever is later. And given this is a 2007, the first time it was driven was in 2007, so it's extended warranty, enhanced warranty should last me for when I take it into Toyota to get them to replace the part. On Toyota's own guidance, they said do not drive the car. Obviously that's a problem because I can't tell how much fuel I have in or how fast I'm going. But I have a cell phone app to tell me how fast I'm going, so I'm not too worried about that. And for fuel, I just top up every so often just to make sure I'm covered. The other repercussions of all this is that the tailgate will not open unless the car is in park gear. I don't know many people that did it any other way, but maybe there are some. And you may have to actually shut it off, but the idea is that since the car can't make a determination of how fast you're going, it doesn't allow you to open the tailgate. Same way with the doors. So the car needs to be in park before the doors will be allowed to be unlocked. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's the only repercussions of it I see. The car drives like normal. It still switches in and out of battery-only mode, and everything seems fine with that. Display, everything else, air conditioner, all that works great. I don't have any problems with that. It appears just associated with what's on this little dash up here, and things that were connected with the network for that. Now, I haven't been able to find any evidence that the lack of that up there causes the airbags not to function. That's my biggest concern. But in any event, I thought I'd go ahead and document what the conditions of it were before I went to the Toyota dealership, and then I'll see what I get from them.